Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Welsh here with the Confidence Academy. I'm happy you're here. I want to talk to you a little bit about one of the key ways that people can overcome the fear of talking in public and to gain that critical self-confidence, and that is practice. I know, practice, it's such an easy thing to say, go practice. But truly, when you practice your material, when you spend some time and actually practice what you're getting ready to present, that gives you confidence. And that's like saying 1 + 1 = 2, or it's a sunny day outside here in Chicago. Obviously, that's the key. But let me tell you, a couple different things that people don't think about when they think about preparing to give a talk in public. Practicing the talk shows yourself that you care about what you're getting ready to do. But it shows your audience, when you've gotten up to give your talk, that you cared enough about them to make it good. Alright, so practicing in our workshops, one of the things we do in our workshops that gives people, when people are done the workshop, they are confident. They have tools and techniques they can use. Why? Because we practiced. Because during the workshop, everybody gets up and has an opportunity on several different occasions to talk in front of their peers, in front of a group of strangers in the course of a 2-day workshop. And it is the practicing that gets them the results. So what do we do in the workshop? Well, we practice green eggs and ham. Everybody knows green eggs and ham, Dr. Seuss. Have you ever read it to yourself out loud in front of a mirror, watching yourself do it? Have you ever done that in front of your kids or your spouse or your sister? Have you ever done it in front of your girlfriends? Have you ever taken the green eggs and ham and videotaped yourself doing it? Try that. Try to videotape yourself reading green eggs and ham. Do it, say you're going to do it 4 times. By the 4th time, I guarantee you're going to look at that 4th video and you're going to say, oh my gosh, I'm good at this. It's all about practice. So, green eggs and ham. There's one of the things we use in our workshops for the green eggs and ham presentation is Jesse Jackson doing green eggs and ham on Saturday Night Live. It was one of the funniest skits I think I've ever seen. Look it up. You can Google it. You can YouTube it. You'll see Jesse Jackson doing green eggs and ham. In our workshops, we have to get up and talk green eggs and ham in an accent. It's acting. It's performing. And when you practice doing it, you become good at it. Also, I come across people that say, well, you know, I don't have a video camera. I don't feel comfortable doing it in front of a video camera. If you have an Apple computer, you've got a video camera. If you've got a cell phone these days, you've got a video camera. If you've got an iPod Touch or an iPhone, you've got a video camera. Set it up on a tripod or lean it against the wall, or if you're in front of your computer, do a little blurb on using QuickTime to record yourself, Windows Media Player, record yourself and practice. And you do it once and you'll look at it and you'll say, oh, how could I be doing that? Like for instance, myself, when I practice, the one thing I notice is that I don't smile enough, which I try to do more, and I use my hands like I'm going crazy. But that's how I talk, and that's how I communicate naturally. Now, I'm using my hands here a lot less than I used to because I've practiced on videotape, and I've seen how it looks, and I've been able to control it. So when you practice on videotape, you'll notice these little mannerisms of yours. And after you do it 3 or 4 times, I guaranteed, you will approach the presentation that you're about to give differently. You'll feel differently about the presentation because you will know how it looks. And you'll have an opportunity to practice and to grade yourself. And when you evaluate yourself, if you do it 3 or 4 times, maybe you do it 8 times, by the time you're done that, I guarantee you will feel more confidence. That's what happens. It's all about practice. The 22nd point in my 23-point presentation is practice, practice, practice. And that's what I'm talking about. Another thing about practicing, especially on videotape. Videotape practicing is cost-free now. If you have an iPod, an iPhone, like I said, or a camcorder on your computer, videotape yourself. It costs nothing. It's easy, and once you see yourself, then what it does inside your brain, instead of thinking about public speaking with dread and stress, all of a sudden what you're thinking about is how you can correct that mannerism, or how you should say this differently. And once you do it 3, 4, 5 times, you get so comfortable with the act of talking and the act of presenting that you're no longer focused on the same things. You're no longer focused on what if I fail, or what if whatever, the stress stuff that you build up. Instead, you're thinking critique, and you're thinking, how can I make it better? And that's where you need to get your brain. So the video practicing, or practicing in front of a mirror, or practicing in front of your family who can give you feedback, positive, loving feedback, that's what you need to do, because it changes your perspective. It changes your focus from focusing on the stress and the potential bad or whatever to critique. And that's where you want to get your brain. That's the key. So we're going to have a bunch of other videos with different little aspects of the tools and techniques workshop for you to think about. If you do a video of you practicing green eggs and ham on your 4th or 5th take, when you think you're pretty good at it, maybe you're doing it in a Jesse Jackson accent, maybe you're doing it in a German accent or a British accent, which is what we do in the workshops, send it to me. Send it to my link, and if I use it, I'll give you credit for it, and we'll talk. If you do a video of you speaking in a Jesse Jackson kind of green eggs and ham, or doing a British version or a German version, whatever accent you use on your green eggs and ham, if I use it, I may use it in one of my presentations. If I use it, I'll give you credit towards part of a workshop or a video series, and I'll actually acknowledge you as the. If I use your video, I'll give you credit for it. I'll give you credit towards a workshop also. I just want to see what you're doing. The practice is one of the fundamental ways we can overcome any fear we have of speaking in public. By the 5th or 6th or 10th time you've done the videotape presentation, or in front of the mirror presentation, or if you get lucky enough and you're practicing at Toastmasters or one of those service organizations, or if you come to our workshops and you're practicing for 2 days, you will have the necessary tools on the spot to be able to say, I'm confident I can give this talk.